What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns, welcoming you to another installment of my Discuss series, where we talk about various topics concerning Grand Theft Auto Online, gaming in general, and whatever you would like to bring up as a future Discuss episode. Feel free and do so below in the comments section. You can tweet your Discuss topic idea my way. You can always message me via the Facebook page, or you can email me anytime GeauxBurns at gmail.com. Today's Discuss topic is a continuation of last week's Benny's Discuss episode. We're going to talk about supercars because that's probably the most popular category of rides in Grand Theft Auto Online. Yes, people love sports cars and muscle cars, off-roads, motorcycles, and the sports classics, but in Grand Theft Auto Online, supercars are king. Now, there's a lot of awesome new supercars that are coming out in the next year or two. Recently got promoted over the past few days, like the brand new Lamborghini Centario or Centenario, or however you pronounce that name. It's going to be featured in the next Forza game, and of course the Porsche 918 Spyder, the 2017 Ford GT, which is in Forza 6, and the Bugatti Chiron, or however you pronounce the name of the new Bugatti. The point is, there are some awesome supercars coming out in the next 2 or 3 years. And I, for one, would love to see fictional versions of all the supercars I just mentioned, plus any others out there as well that you might like to see in Grand Theft Auto Online come out in a future update. By the way, if there is a supercar out there that is yet to make an appearance in Grand Theft Auto Online, obviously a fictional version of the supercar that your heart desires, like for example the Progen T20 is the McLaren P1 in real life. So you get the idea. Let me know below in the comment section what real life supercar or supercars would you like to see added to Grand Theft Auto Online somewhere down the road. Now, it's not enough that we get new supercars in the game. They have to do more than just look awesome and have the ability to be driven into Benny's, to be upgraded, not just the exterior, but also the interior as well, along with bobbleheads. I love bobbleheads. But anyways, it has to be more than just the look. It has to have performance, because we're going to pay a pretty penny for future supercars. Just look at the Osiris and the T20. The Osiris came in with Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 for $1.9 million, which was ridiculous at the time because the most expensive supercar was the Adder based on Bugatti. That was like $1 million. So we imagined that supercars would be somewhere around the same price tag as the Adder. Boy, were we wrong. Then, of course, a month later, with Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2, we got the Progen T20, which came in at $2 million. If Rockstar does plan on rolling out more supercars somewhere down the road in future DLCs, I think that we can expect the price tag to be somewhere in the 1.5 to up to the 2.5 million dollar range, because they are upping the quality of the supercars that they're bringing into Grand Theft Auto Online, which is definitely the downside of new and future supercars. The price tag is going to be very expensive. But there are some pluses. The fact that Rockstar, I believe, is going to continue to cater to our desire, our need, our hunger to have more supercars added to the game. Because, as I've pointed out, that's the most popular category in Grand Theft Auto Online. You can go into a public lobby and most people are driving around in supercars. T20s, Osirises, Zentornos, Adders, even the so-called quasi-supercars like the Banshee 900R and the Sultan RS. There are some exceptions. A lot of people love racing around Grand Theft Auto Online in both versions of the V12, the regular and of course the armored V12, as well as the armored Kuruma, as well as the Insurgent. Now the big reason obviously why a lot of those vehicles are very popular is because they're armored and they provide a certain level of protection for players against other players hell-bent on killing them. But obviously, for the most part, gamers prefer the supercars because overall they are the best and the fastest cars in the game. Now, that's where the big issue is going to lie with the next wave of supercars whenever they come out, whether they're based on the Porsche 918 Spyder, which would be sweet, or an updated version of the Bullet, aka the 2017 Ford GT, the new Bugatti, or the brand new Lamborghini. Looks and an impressive array of mods and customization features for the supercars will not be enough. They're going to have to be able to compete with the top of the line supercars like the T20, the Osiris, Zentorno, Adder, and the 900R in races, as well as in free mode. Stats is one of the big things that gamers look for when it comes to new vehicles. Along with the mods and the customization features at LSC or Benny's, stats are where it really counts when it comes to a vehicle, along with the look. They want to know, how fast is this baby? How well is the speed and the traction, acceleration, the braking? And that doesn't just apply to the supercars. It also goes for the sports, muscle cars, sports classics, all the categories. Whenever it comes to racing or anything else, gamers want the top of the line in each category. And it's not enough for Rockstar to roll out new cars and vehicles. Those rides have to be able to compete with the fastest vehicles in each category. And that is especially true with supercars. People are not willing to give up their T20 or their 900R for a new version of the Lamborghini in the Pagasi category, or a brand new version of the Porsche 918 Spyder, or the Bullet, as I mentioned, the 2017 Ford GT, or the new Bugatti, if those vehicles, stat-wise, don't even come close to competing with the T20 or the 900R, the Osiris, the Zentorno, or even the Adder. Looking back at the last big update, Executives and Other Criminals, which came out in December 2015, they promoted several vehicles, such as the new sports car, the Verlier, the Nightshade, the new muscle car, and of course the Mamba, the new sports classic. However, there was no supercar, and for the most part, people were not impressed with the 3 featured cars that came with that update. The irony is, the car that people loved the most was basically a dark horse candidate. I'm talking about the V12, because it is the fastest sports car in the game now, or the fastest sedan, depending on which version of the V12 you have. The armored version is a sedan, while the regular version of the V12 is in the sports category. Go figure. But there are some other vehicles that came, the Ballers and the Cognoscetis, not even remotely close to being as popular as the V12, because they're not impressive stat-wise. Now, in the January 2016 update, we got 2 cars that we could upgrade to supercars in Benny's, the Sultan RS and the 900R. At the time, the Sultan RS was the more popular, but when Rockstar upgraded and tweaked the 900R, turning it overnight into one of the fastest supercars in the game, which made the 900R a week later more popular than the Sultan RS. And that is the future of not only the supercars, but all the other vehicles in all the categories that come out in future updates. If the stats suck, people are not going to buy those vehicles and hold on to them. They might buy them out of interest because it looks good and it may have some mods or customization features, but if the stats are not up to par, eventually those new yet inferior vehicles will be sold in favor of better cars in the game. To review, if Rockstar has plans for bringing some of these supercars that I've mentioned, or you mentioned below in the comments section, out in future updates, hopefully they'll be A, sexy as hell, B, as realistic looking as possible, C, with a lot of awesome mods and customization features, D, worth whatever price tag Rockstar happens to put on the new supercars, unlike the Luxor Deluxe, and E, impressive performance and stats for all future supercars, allowing them to be able to compete head-to-head with the best supercars currently in Grand Theft Auto Online.